Hellos! Happy Mother's Day, dreamers! It's your girl, Shanita Nicole, and I'm just here to wish you a very happy Mother's Day. It's 2014 Mother's Day, and Do Dream One wants to wish you a happy Mother's Day. I'm here. It's been a minute since we got a video. Sorry about that. Been really busy. It's okay. Do Dream One LLC has been doing big things, a lot of things. We have a lot of things coming for you, so please just bear with us and stay involved and tell everyone you know about us. But I just wanted to come today to wish you guys a very special Mother's Day. I don't know about you, but Mother's Day is very important to me. It's my second Mother's Day. I have a whole year in the game. I think I'm a pro. No. I kid. But Madison Rose is 1 year old. And there's a lot of things that I've learned about myself, about Madison, about my peers, about my mother, about my family, my friends, that I thought that we should probably put together. It's been placed on my heart that I do want to start a women's and mothers support group. It's called Dreamy Mamas because you ladies are dreamy. And I want us to come together and give each other support. As a new mother, there are a lot of things that I did have questions about or concerns, needed support from different people. And I thought that a lot of women probably feel the same way that I did. We need each other's support in everything that we do. And in the hustle and bustle and being a mother, sometimes we forget about ourselves. And we need some type of support system. So in the works is Dreamy Mamas. Remember that name. It's Do Dream On's Dreamy Mamas. Remember that name. I'm working on a lot of different things, and if you're interested in being a part of it and helping, please let me know. Contact me, and we can work together. I want to have a couple ladies that are on the team, and we are excited. Going to do some big things. But as I stated, back to Mother's Day, I really just wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day. And as I stated, I wanted to share some things that some of the wonderful mothers that I personally know, some of their wisdom and advice, and just getting some insight about them, about their motherhood journey. So I have an interview for you today. It's a Mother's Day, a Mother's Dream Mother's Day interview for 2014. And I have 4 wonderful mothers that I know, and then myself included in the interview. And basically, we're just asking some things about motherhood. What's the best thing about being a mom? What have you learned? What advice would you give, etc. You'll see that later on in the video. And I just wanted these awesome women to share some of their information with you. And don't fret, I know tons of women out there who could have came and gave the interview. So I do know that. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, I was left out, you didn't ask me. It really was something that was just on my heart last minute. I put it together, and don't worry, because I may be calling you to do an interview as well with the Dreamy Mamas. But these are some awesome women who I've seen, who've inspired me, who just love their children tremendously, and I really look up to them. Motherhood is an awesome experience, and not every woman who has a child is a mother. So these women are dear to my heart. It's something very special about each one of them, and I just want to share their journey. We have my mother, Sonia. We have my auntie, Christina. We have one of my closest friends, Andrea. And we have one of my sisters in Christ, Toya. We have them, and they're awesome women who love their children. Sometimes I talk to them or I see them on the social media sites, and I'm just blown away by what they're doing and how involved they are in their child's life. It really amazes me, and I want you ladies to know that I love you and I appreciate you, and thank you for sharing with us the things that you share with us during these times, and we really appreciate you here at Do Dream On. So we're going to go ahead and get the interview started. As I stated, these are just some questions that I came up with and wanted to know what they were. If you too would like to share, you could always comment below or go on the website at www.dodreamon.com and comment, answer some of the questions if you like as well, just to share and get the community involved. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And go. My name is Sonia Clayton. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I have 3 children. I have 2 boys and 1 girl. Shanita Nicole, who is 29 years old, Donnell Clayton, who is 22, and Daniel, who is 12.
My name is Andrea Blevins. I have a 1-year-old son. His name is Terrence Anthony Blevins III, and I am from Toledo, Ohio.
Hello everyone, my name is Toya. Everyone calls me Truth. I am 29 years old. I am from the east side of Detroit, Michigan. I have a daughter. Her name is Kristen. She is 5. She's turning 6 next month and she's in the kindergarten. She's my only daughter.
I'm Christina Bynes Willis, born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. I have one daughter, Erin Nicole Willis, who is 4 years old.
Hey Dreamers, you know me, it's Shanita Nicole. I have a 1-year-old daughter. Her name's Madison Rose, and she's my heart, my joy.
I consider the best part of being a mother is teaching your children. Um, we as parents are responsible for teaching our children to be upstanding, God-fearing citizens, and I think that is the best part of being a mother. Watching your children grow into what you have
The best
developed
part
them to be.
about being a mom is watching my son grow. Just from him being a little tiny infant baby to him being a toddler running around. It's just wonderful to see how he's grown up in such a short amount of time. Seeing him walk around, run around, tug on me. It's just really, really wonderful to see how he's just coming into his own and just learning his personality.
The love that I receive, um, the love my daughter gives me, and for her to only be 5, she shows so much appreciation. And I know she doesn't really understand fully, but she understands some that mommy really, really sacrifices, and mommy loves her. So the love that I receive from my baby and the appreciation I receive from her, that's like one of the best things ever.
First of all, the best part of being Erin Nicole's mom is that I get to see the best parts of me and my husband together, just like walking around on earth. She's a true blessing. She's our only child. We want more, but it's just an honor and a privilege that we're blessed to be her mom.
The best part about being a mother is knowing that God trusted me enough to be the mother of Madison. I think that is a huge responsibility, and I'm honored to be her mother. It's also wonderful to wake up every day and see what she's gonna do next. She's only 1 year old, but I'm really starting to get a feel for her personality and the things she likes to do, the things she does not like to do. When I'm trying to teach her different things, seeing that she's actually listening or that she actually understands, and it's just amazing to see her grow every single day. It's just an honor, and I'm grateful and I'm blessed.
Most challenging part is today's society, to be honest. To be honest with you, today's society, the I would say what's cool and what's in is just not really where it is right now, and I think it's challenging because there's a lot of peer pressure. You can raise your child to be an upstanding citizen, but if they get hooked up with the wrong people, and if they're easily influenced, that could be a problem. So I think that's the most challenging part about raising children in today is today
The most
in today's
challenging
society.
part about being a mother is just learning my own parenting style. I know a lot of times when you're a new mom, people want to give advice and tell you what you should and you should not do. But you know, you really just have to learn what works for you, what works for your child. You know your child and you know yourself, and no one is like you and no one is like your child. So just learning to just do things the way things work for you, and just knowing that you're doing the best that you can for your child.
You have to
and yourself.
sacrifice so much when you become a mother. You have to put your wants and needs to the side sometimes and focus on your child's. And so one of the things with me is like I wanted to be done with school, and I had to put that to the side. Even I'm going back to finish my degree. Other stuff may occur during that time when I was trying to go back, but you know, she comes first. You know, the funds, the time. You know, she gets sick, babysitting. You know, you don't let everyone babysit your child, so that's one of the main things. And just worrying. You know, I worry about my daughter. I worry about her when she's going to be 18 and she's only 5. You know, so that's one of the challenges is being a mom, just worrying all the time. Even though you have your faith that nothing's going to happen, but things do happen. So sacrificing and worrying about your
The
kids.
most challenging part of motherhood is letting go. I think that to actually see something that you love more than yourself, and you in the society that we live in today, is kind of rocky out there. It's horrible. Things happen to children and to people every day. So I think the hardest part about being a mom is just letting go, um, trusting people when they're away from you, um, even putting them in school. I mean, it's just kind of hard. All the little firsts that you go through as a parent, as a mom, that first day of school, letting them go. You know that they're in somebody else's hands, and I think that's the hardest part. There are going to be a lot of firsts where the first time you drop them off at college, the first time you put them behind the wheel of a car, all those little firsts I think are the most difficult part about being a parent, because you have to I guess put your trust in God. I mean, that's the only way to describe it, is to take care of your children when they're not in your presence. So that's the hardest part.
The most challenging part about being a mother for me is losing Shanita. Um, when I had my daughter, I had went to school, got my undergrad, I got my master's degree, I got married. So when I had her, it was like everything went toward her. Shanita disappeared and everything was toward Madison. And you definitely are supposed to put your child's number one priority. A lot of people don't, and that's really sad. But for me, I got so involved in her that I kind of lost a little bit of me, and I'm starting to get that back. But it was just challenging to learn how to balance, you know, what to do for me versus what to do.
One of the most important things that I've learned from my children is to listen. We as parents have a tendency to think we're always right, and sometimes we're just not. So my children have always told me, Mom, just listen. So that's one of the best things I learned from them, is to sit back and
Well,
just
the
listen to
most
them.
important thing I feel that I've learned from my child is definitely having patience. That's something, that's an area that I lacked a little bit in before I became a mother, but he's definitely showing me how to just roll with the punches and go with the flow, and just taking everything day by day, not getting overwhelmed, not getting stressed out, just having patience and letting things just roll off your back.
Patience. Patience for sure. Every day, you know, it's a learning experience. You learn something new from your child daily, from the moment you push them out until they're grown, you know. So I have to say patience for sure, because she may want something done in a timely manner that I don't have time to do, but you know, I have to do it, or I don't have to do it if I can't do it at that moment. But yeah, definitely I'll say patience.
I learned a lot from Erin, and she's only 4 years old, so I know I still have a lot more to learn from her. But I think the biggest thing that I learned from her is love and patience. It takes a lot to raise a child. The schedule that I have is pretty hectic, so I'm tired a lot, but she's my number one priority, and I just kind of learned to prioritize based on her needs and not just my own. So I learned to be selfless, and I learned to be patient.
Being a mother to Madison has taught me is the true meaning of love. Um, it's really hard to explain, but basically by having her, I was always a loving person. I grew up in a loving family, you know. However, having her, it gave me a new appreciation for love and what true love really is. It made me think about the love that God has for me, that God had for Jesus, and for whew, how He gave His only begotten Son, how much He loved us that much. It's really, really deep to me when I think about this, because I just learned so much about loving and what real love really is. It made me love everybody that I ever loved before even more. And it made me realize the true meaning of love. Um, it also taught me to be selfless, because we're just going to be honest and keep it real. You know, prior to having Madison, I was pretty selfish. So having her taught me love, and how love is truly a selfless act, putting somebody before me and me being on the back burner, because all my life, you know, it was my life, so it was about Shanita. But when I had Madison, it was not about Shanita as much anymore. It was about Madison, and it gave me a new appreciation for love and being selfless, and basically helped me be a better person overall, period, to everybody. Um, so I thank God for Madison, and I thank Madison for teaching me that. That's a really important lesson to learn, is to be selfless and to know what real love really is. So I'm grateful for that.
There's so many unique qualities with my children. My son Daniel, he's artistic. If yeah, he's artistic. He can draw very well. He plays the drums. He plays the trumpet, and he loves artsy, crafty type of things. I could say the same thing about DJ. As a child, he used to draw as well, but he is athletic. And my daughter is, she's sort of a perfectionist. She's an overachiever. She's a go-getter.
Well, my son is a natural born linebacker. My husband coaches football, so my son is already, that aggression, he has it. Like, he's already doing the football roles. He's tackling people. Like, he's just a natural, just like his dad. Like, he's always trying to come up behind me, grab me, and all this stuff. So it's just like, yeah, my baby's gonna play football. He's gonna be in the NFL one day. First round draft pick, okay?
I could give you a whole dictionary of unique things about my daughter. It's nothing really in particular I can say. She's just unique of her own, you know. Kristen, I went through a lot carrying Kristen, so from the grace of God, I'm just happy none of that affected her mentally or physically, and that she was able to, you know, enter this world okay. And but she's wonderful. She dances, she's smart, you know. She's a left-hander, so I heard that left-handers are unique. You know, I'm a right-hander, so I don't know, but she's just a unique. She's a great kid. She is, and I'm not just saying that because she's mine, but she has definitely been here before.
Is a very strong-willed little individual. She's very charismatic. She has her own personality. And I actually want her to keep those qualities. I want her to keep the strong will, and I want her to be a leader and not a follower. So I think that's the best thing about her, the most unique thing about her.
Unique about Miss Madison Rose. Um, Madison is, she's almost like very mature for her age. She's 14 months, and when she's around other children, other parents, they'll say she's just so mature and she's such a girly girl and she's just so prissy. And I'm really learning her personality. She is extremely smart and she studies her surroundings. She studies her surroundings and then she'll act accordingly, you know, depending on where she is. I'm like, how are you 1 years old and you can figure this out? Like, how can you just show your personality like this? And how can you just, I don't know. It's like she's just awesome. She's um, her own person. And I think that's amazing because at times like this when kids are little, sometimes they'll copy like off of other kids. But I'll see her playing and I'll see her doing her own thing. And then even older kids will do what she's doing. And I'm like, she's like a natural born leader. Like she's her own little person. And she doesn't really care too much about other people and what they do. And I see this already. She's only 14 months. So I guess that's something unique about her. And I love that about her as well.
I think that my children would say that I'm a fun mother. I like to do fun things. Sometimes I could be boring, but for the most part, I'm a fun, all around type of mom. Um, I'm the type of mother that all the kids would always want to come over to my house and spend the night. You know, I love kids. I was a daycare provider for 5 years, so I've always been surrounded by kids. I'm a
She
kid's mom.
always tell me I'm the best mommy in the whole wide world. She always do this. So, but I would say she'd tell me I'm the best mommy in the world. I think she thinks I'm the best mommy in the world, and then she thinks I'm mean when I tell her no.
I think that Erin would say that I'm a combo mom. I'm a little bit strict, um, because like I said, I'm working on patience, so I think I'm a little bit strict with her. But at the same time, I'm fun. I always plan big, huge birthday parties for her. I always put her needs above my own, so I would hope that she would say that I was a mom that was all about her, because I am. I'm all about Erin.
Excuse me. I would like for my children to say that I am a God fearing mother with morals, values, and integrity.
The type of mother I would want my child to say that I am is number one, loving, a nurturer. I want my child to be able to say that I taught him the ways of God. I want my child to be able to say that he can talk to me about anything and he can rely on me and trust me and just know that I have his best interest at heart.
I want her to say that mommy did the best that she can. You know, mommy was great at what she did, and she did all and beyond that she was supposed to do as mommy. You know, that's one of the main things. I just want her to know that mommy never failed her. You know, that's all I'm working towards, and I work towards every day. So if she can say anything about me when she grow up, just say, "Mommy did the best that she can by
I
raising
know
me."
it's not good to be your child's friend, but I want my daughter to be able to come to me for anything, and I want her to be able to say that in addition to being her mom, I'm her best friend. Not in a way that she's thinking that I'm, on the same level as her peers, but that she can come to me for anything. I would want her to be able to trust me, so I would hope that she would say I was a mom that would be trustworthy with anything, good or bad. Um, and I would hope that she would say that I was fun.
That I want Madison and all of my future children to say that I am is I'm a loving mother. I'm a mother who listens. I'm a mother who they trust and that they can be their true selves with. Um, I just want to be a mother who is their child's friend. And not like, hey girl, friend, but someone that is loyal and that they can trust and that they feel they can be open with. I want them to know that I love them, that I'll do anything in my power for them. And I need them, to know that. So I want them to look at me and say, my mother was a God-fearing woman. She was an honest woman. She was herself in the house and outside of the house. That's very important because your children watch you and they see what you do inside the house and outside the house. So it's like, oh, that's my mother. That's how she is. She is who she is unapologetically. So that's what I want them to say about me.
One thing that my mother taught me growing up is to be honest, to always be honest, and to always be a woman of her word. And that is what I have instilled in my children. Honesty is the best policy.
Something I want to instill in my son that my mother instilled in me is to definitely keep God first and to remain a person of integrity and always to be truthful and honest and trustworthy.
Independence. My mother and my father actually. Independence was a big thing. I was spoiled, but I still was taught how to do it myself and get it for myself. And if I couldn't get it for myself, I didn't need it. So that's one of the things I've been steering in her since I knew she was able to move. You have to learn because I can't do it for you all the time. Mommy's not going to be there all the time to hold your hand. So strength for sure and independence because in this world today, you got to have both.
Well, I lost my mom about 3 years ago, and I have a wealth of. We never really sat and had those hallmark moments or mother-daughter talks, as you people would say, but she showed us every single day um, how to be a mom, how to prioritize. My dad died when I was a small child. She never brought any other guys around us or anything like that. She was just the type of mom that she wasn't a do as I say, not as I do. We watched her, and I think we all learned, the five of us all learned how to be an excellent parent just from watching her in everyday life. It was an every single day thing. It wasn't like one specific talk that I remember or one specific moment. There are many moments, of course, but there wasn't one thing that she instilled that just struck a chord. It was everyday life. I mean, she just taught us how to live. So I just want to be that type of mom that shows my daughter in my actions that hard work pays off, that love and family is number one, and that's what she instilled in
My
us.
mother taught me that I want to instill in Madison and my future children is she taught me integrity, morals, and one of the main things that she taught me was not to fall under peer pressure. I'm really proud to say that I don't do peer pressure. If you try to peer pressure me, I'll go against it. And my mother taught me that basically in standing on my own 2 feet and doing my own thing that to be myself. And I definitely want to instill that into Madison. I want you to be you. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be scared to be you. People are going to like you or they're not going to like you. But at least they'll know they had who you truly are. So my mother taught me to be myself. She always says, my mom always says, I'm from the Keep It Real crew. No, the Keep It Real tribe. I'm from the Keep It Real tribe. So I want Madison to be able to keep it real and be herself and be comfortable in her skin. Have a confidence in the air about her that she's okay, flaws and all. She's perfect the way that she is, that God made her perfect. And that's basically what my mother taught me. Everyone is flawed, but it's okay as long as you're true to yourself. You have morals and values. You love your family. You love your friends. You treat people the way that you want to be treated.
One of the most memorable moments that I had with my mother was my graduation day. The proud look that she had on her face when I graduated from high school. And one of the other memorable moments is the day I had my daughter.
The most memorable moments that I had with my mother was definitely during my pregnancy. Um, we truly formed a greater bond while I was pregnant, just to see her see me in that element, her baby girl having a baby of her own. One thing that really sticks out to me every time we went to the store, I would get tired, couldn't really walk around like that. I would get in the little you know, the little scooters or whatever, and she just thought that was so cute. She was snapping pictures all the time. But that's what I really enjoy with my mom. Just while I was pregnant, we definitely bonded, and I definitely gained a greater respect for her while carrying my son.
I won't call it my best moment, but most memorable moment was watching my father pass with my mother. That I can picture that like it was yesterday, all the time, and it was almost 14 years now. So that was one of the memorable moments with my mom, just watching him pass away at home peacefully, but never, never could forget that.
I don't have one particular best moment that I remember. Actually, some of the best moments that I remember is after my mother got sick, just sitting at Carmano's with her. She was getting her treatments. She would say and do stuff that would just make her laugh. Those are like the last few memories that we have of her, and those are some of the best because I know that those are, memories that we'll cherish for a long time. Um, she was sick, and they had given her some medication that made her kind of loopy, and my mother wasn't a drinker. Um, she didn't drink or anything, so when they gave her the medication, she started kind of saying things and doing things that were just hilarious. And it was, a sad moment in our lives, the entire 6-month period before she died of cancer. But some of the things that she said and did during those times are like some of the best memories that we will have.
My mother and I are very close, so we have a lot of best moments. Um, but one of the most memorable moments, I'll pick two. Two of the most memorable moments was when I was pregnant and we went to go to the ultrasound, and it was a 3D ultrasound, and we were able to see Madison together for the first time, and I was like, I was on the right side of my mom, and she was sitting on the couch at the facility, and she looked up and her face just lit up, and she was so excited and so happy, and I was just like, wow, like my mom is just so happy looking at this little baby in my belly, and I thought that was just amazing. Also, um, the other moment also involves Madison. It was in the hospital. Madison was in ICU, and the first time that my mother held her, I actually was able to record it. And my mother looked at her the same way she looked at her when she was looking at her ultrasound. And from that day, it was just a bond that me and my mom are already close. But when it was like a full circle coming around. It's really hard to explain, but that moment was just like one of the best moments ever to have my mother holding my daughter. It was just beautiful, and it just made me really, really happy because my mother and my daughter have like the best relationship, and they're just so cute together. So just to see that, it's like awesome, and I'll remember that forever. And I recorded it, so I can show Maddie too.
If my mom was here, God rest her soul, I would like to thank her for being the stern, kind, honest, and wonderful mother that she was, and for instilling in me and my siblings morals, values, integrity, and most of all, teaching us about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Something I would want to thank my mom for is always being there for me, always reassuring me as a new mom. She never hesitates to send me a text telling me how wonderful of a mother she thinks that I am. That's something that new mothers really do need. They need that reassurance to let them know that they are doing everything they're supposed to be doing, because we do have those thoughts and we wonder those things. My mom once told me that, my brother, he got the picture that she's his best friend. She said that she didn't know if I got it yet, but I just want to let her know I definitely get it. You are my best friend, and I thank you so much, and I love you so, so, so much. You are the best mom and the best grandmother I could ask for.
I thank her all the time, but I like to thank her for helping me when needed. I have a pride issue, and that's because of her and my father. So it's hard for me to ask for help from anyone, including her. But I could say, no matter how old I am, She is always there to support me, whether it's, mentally, physically, financially. I can always count on my mama.
This is a hard one. I would just like to thank my mother for staying true to her values. She always told a lot of stories about the values that she was raised with. I never got a chance to meet her mom, but I can feel her mother through who she was, who my mother was. So I just like to thank her for staying true to the old school Christian values and raising us right in today's society, because all five of her children are doing very well, even without her being here. We've stuck together. Our family is extremely close. I would like to thank her for being the matriarch of our family. I would like for her to thank her for instilling in us the value of family and what family means. So much so that even though she's not around with us physically, we're still as tight as we were when she was around. I would like to thank her for instilling just genuine love, which is not present in today's society, even among family. The true everyday love that we have for one another is nothing but a testament to who she was as a mother. So I just want to thank her for being an excellent mother. Even though she's not here, she made us excellent parents, and I just want to thank her for that.
What would I like to thank my mother for? I'm a little bit of a crybaby, so I don't want to cry. I want to thank my mother for everything. I'm acting like I'm talking to her. So, Mom, I know that, our relationship has not always been perfect. Nothing's perfect. But I want to know that you are the perfect mother for me. Um, I want to thank you for being you, who you truly are, and for having that pride and that self-respect and that self-worth and that you are a true woman. I always looked up to you and respected you for that, because like I said, my mother is a woman, okay? She's a real woman, and she is her genuine true self. I want to thank you for loving me and for supporting me through all I've been through and everything I'm going through. You've always had my back, and I appreciate that. I want to thank you for loving my daughter more than you love me. It's cool. It's okay. I know you do. But I just want to thank you for being my friend. And they say, oh, don't call me your friend. But you really are. So I want to thank you for all the things that you've been through that I don't know that you've been through. The sacrifices, the days that sometimes you didn't feel like you may have been doing things right. I want to let you know that you've been doing them right. Nobody is perfect, but you are the perfect mother for me. And I thank God for you. I love you. I appreciate you. Um, I just want to give you that reassurance and knowing that you have been doing it right. Your mom, my grandma used to always say, well, motherhood doesn't come with a handbook. And I absolutely know that, and I understand that now. And I just want to say that you've been doing a pretty good job. So, job well done. But no, seriously, I love you. I thank you. And know that you are awesome. A true woman of God, a great mother, a great grandmother, and I truly love and appreciate you. So thank you for all that you do, all that you've done. It has not gone unappreciated. It has not gone overlooked. And sometimes, I give you that little attitude, but I get that from you. So I know I'm gonna get it back. But no, seriously, just know that I appreciate you. I love you, and you're doing a job well done. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. I wish you the best Mother's Day ever, every single day. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes. Actually, my aunt Sylvia was my go-to girl. She talked to me about any and everything. Seeing that my mom and my other aunt was kind of stern, I used to go to my aunt Sylvia because I'm gonna say she was my cool aunt, and I could talk to her about anything. And she gave me a lot of advice, and it was very helpful. And I appreciate her for that. God rest her soul.
One person that gave me advice about being a new mother was my mother's friend. She actually told me that it definitely takes balance, especially, you know, being married, being a sister, being a daughter, being a friend. She just always told me to make sure I had that balance, make sure I still
Remember who or nothing in particular besides when I first had Kristen. Sleep when the baby sleeps. I'm sure you heard that one, and that didn't work because I was too busy watching her sleep, making sure she was okay, making sure nothing was wrong with my baby. So that's the only advice I can always remember is just to sleep when the baby sleeps. And no, honey, that does not work when you're a first-time mother.
Especially during Aaron's early years, the most helpful piece of advice is still true today. When your child sleeps, you need to go to sleep. As far as raising children, I don't really remember anything that stands out that people told me. I just watched. I'm the type of person that kind of learned from other people's mistakes, so I just kind of watched other people and the mistakes that they made with their kids, and I just tried to do things different. If I saw things go astray, I just tried to do things, a little bit different.
My advice to a new mother would be to find you a wise grandmother or just a wise woman, period, and just take notes. In today's society, we need more of the old school grandmother type mothers who did the home remedies and who just did things a little different from back in the day. My advice to a new mother would be to listen to grandma. Listen to grandma and some of your older aunts. Listen to a wise woman, friend, whether it would be a friend, a grandmother, a mother figure. Just a wise older woman would be my advice. Is so many of these young girls having babies, and 2 weeks out of the hospital they're in the mall. That didn't happen when I was a child. I didn't see the light of day until 6 weeks. So my mother was old school. Find you an old school mom. That's what you do. Find you an old school figure. If you don't have a mother, find you an old school mother figure. Aunt, grandmother, somebody old school. These newfangled moms, they had the babies at the mall.
A new mom is to definitely take it all in, enjoy every single moment, because before I had my son, my brothers were always telling me, oh, it's going to go by fast, it's going to go by fast. And I'm like, yeah. But it definitely went by fast. I mean, oh my God. Like, my baby is a grown man right now. So definitely enjoy your baby. Just enjoy spending time with your baby. Go to the park, definitely, playtime, whatever. Just definitely enjoy it. Don't take one moment for granted because it's going to pass very shortly. Right
I
before
would
your
give
eyes.
to new moms, old moms, period. Just do your best. You know, anytime you're having a tough decision, trying to figure out what to do, think about your child, think about how it would affect your child, and give your all and over and beyond, because your kid didn't ask to be here, and they only get one mother. And so, and if you are expecting or looking to have a kid, make sure you're married first. And because it does take a foundation to a village. I'm sorry, it does take a village to raise a kid. And the last question was, what I wish someone would have told me is that little girls are sassy. They have attitudes like their moms, and we have to deal with that. So I wish somebody would have warned me of that, because my little daughter, she is a splitting image of me, and sometimes I want to choke her, but I can't because she is me.
The advice that I would give to new moms is cherish the moments. Kids grow up super, super fast. The infant stage does not last long. Before you know it, they're walking and they're talking back. So I would say just cherish the moments. Each little stage of life, cherish it. Prioritize, make your child your priority. But also take some time for yourself. And that would be the advice that I would give to new moms also. there's a such thing as overdoing it. I mean, you first have to take care of you. To be a good mom, you have to be okay. So I would give them advice of taking care of you, taking some time for yourself. Don't overdo it. Um, as far as putting yourself first, but you do have to put your kids first, but you also have to take care of you and make sure you have those mommy moments where you go get a massage or a pedicure or do things just to relax and let go and unwind, because motherhood is very overwhelming.
So advice to mothers, I would say capture the moments, book Do Dream On. Um, record a lot of things because time goes by so fast. A lot of times people think, oh, that's cliche, but no, seriously, it goes by super fast. You're like, wait, no, I'm not ready. So definitely try to record everything and also write and journal so you can keep the memories. Because one of the most important things that I'm learning are the memories, and are that the little things are the big things. So the small things are the big things. So just take it one day at a time. Try not to lose yourself. Try to find a balance. Um, and hopefully, Dreamy Mama support team and support system, we can be able to support mothers to try to give a lot more advice. So that'd be my advice.
I just want to say to all the mothers, including my mom, my grandmother, my friends who are mothers, happy Mother's Day.
So that was our interview from our Dreamy Mamas. I hope you guys truly enjoyed it. I want to thank every mother that came and spoke to us and took time out of their busy schedules to do this interview. I love you and I appreciate you. Ma, Christina, Drea, Toya, the truth. Thank you. I love you. God bless you and your children and your families. It really means a lot to me for you to come out and do this interview and to share with all the ladies that are going to be watching. We really appreciate you guys, and we take everything that you said and hopefully some of that advice, that was some good advice. Hopefully that we can really use that and we can get this ball rolling with Dreamy Mamas. I love you. I appreciate you ladies. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, dreamers, from Shanita Nicole of Do Dream On. We love you, ladies. We appreciate you all. And we want you to know that every day that what you do for your child or your children is not for granted. That you are appreciated, you are special, you are loved, and you are so worth it. So just know that you're not alone out here. There are a lot of mothers out here who are questioning themselves and what they're doing, if they're doing it right, what should they be doing, and hopefully Dreamy Mamas, we can help with that. We're going to come together and start this up. If you're interested, you can contact me several different ways. You can visit the website www.dodreamon.com. You can email me at shanitanicole@dodreamon.com. That's CHONITANICOLE@dodreamon.com. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. You guys be safe, be blessed. Kiss those babies for me because you know Shanita love the kids.